Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The United States and several European governments have demanded the release of opposition leader Alexei Navalny from Russian detention.
Are you nervous? No, not at all.
Mr. Navalny was poisoned last August before being flown to Germany for emergency medical treatment. Yesterday, he flew back to Russia, boarding a flight despite warnings he would face arrest on landing. Russia's prison service said Mr. Navalny had violated the terms of his suspended sentence for embezzlement and that he would remain in custody until a court ruling. A court hearing was organised at a police station on the outskirts of Moscow. In a video released by his spokeswoman, Mr. Navalny described the hearing as lawlessness of the highest grade. The US and European Union have led calls for Mr. Navalny to be freed, but stopped short of threatening any punitive action. A group of Central American migrants directed to the US border has been met with truncheons and tear gas in Guatemala, where security forces have blocked their path. Thousands of people were intercepted on a road near the border with Honduras. The government said it would not accept illegal mass movements. An estimated 7,000 migrants, mostly from Honduras, have entered in recent days, fleeing poverty and violence. They hope to travel on to Mexico and then the US border. The caravan was first slowed down by security forces to then be stopped by officers blockading the main roads. Several people were injured in the police operation. A nurse has received Brazil's first vaccine dose after health regulators gave emergency approval to 2 jabs. Regulator Anvisa gave the green light to vaccines from Oxford AstraZeneca and China's Sinovac doses, of which will be distributed among all 27 states. Brazil has the world's second highest death toll from COVID-19, and cases are rising again across the country. In China, rescuers say that 12 miners trapped underground after an explosion in a gold mine a week ago are still alive. State media report the workers managed to send a note saying, "Don't stop trying to reach us," to rescuers 7 days after the accident. The fate of another 10 miners missing after the explosion remains unclear. The 22 workers were trapped at the Hushan mine in eastern China on January the 10th after an explosion damaged the exit and the communication system of the mine, which was still under construction. The party of the Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine has said it is preparing to challenge the election victory of President Yoweri Museveni.
Cannot meet him to dialogue on very important matters of the party.
They've also condemned the so-called house arrest of Bobi Wine and his wife. On Saturday, the Electoral Commission declared Mr. Museveni the winner of the vote, with final counts showing the president won 59% of preferences. The United States and the UK have issued statements calling for investigations into fraud reports and other concerns. The campaign and election were marked by a deadly crackdown by security forces on opposition candidates and their supporters, accompanied by an internet shutdown. At least 15 Shellfish lorries have clogged up roads near the British Parliament after a series of problems exporting fish to the European Union due to Brexit. One lorry with the slogan "BREXIT Carnage" parked just metres from Downing Street, the official office of Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Many Scottish fishermen have not been able to export their stocks to Europe since the start of the year after the introduction of catch certificates, health checks and customs declarations. The fishermen complain the added red tape is causing lengthy delays to delivery times, prompting European buyers to reject them. A team of 10 Nepali climbers has set a new world record by becoming the first to reach the summit of K2, the world's second highest mountain in winter. Dozens of climbers have been on the 8,611-metre mountain this winter, hoping to achieve the same feat. One Spanish mountaineer has died after suffering a fall this weekend while descending with the Nepali team. K2, which is only 200 metres shorter than Everest, is part of the Karakoram range that straddles the Pakistan-China border. And finally, Egypt has unveiled a significant new archaeological discovery at the Saqqara necropolis south of Cairo, including 54 wooden coffins, many of which can be traced back 3,000 years. The funerary temple of Queen Niet was also discovered near the pyramid of her husband King Teti, which dates back 4,200 years. The coffins include the first dating back to the New Kingdom to be found at Saqqara. Carved in human form and painted in bright colours, many of them are still very much intact. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.